What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I got big news. And when I say big news, this is huge news out of Memphis. Shout out Memphis, you know what I'm saying? Regarding the Tyre Nichols case. This just dropped. I think it's ABC 24 in Memphis. Desmond Mills Jr., one of the 5 police officers that was charged with the death of Tyre Nichols, just pled guilty in federal court, and he's taking a plea deal. Now, I didn't think they was going to get offered plea deals on a federal or state level, but this is huge news. You remember when the feds came down there and they was looking at, civil rights violations by law enforcement in other cities as well as Memphis? Well, this is some of the findings they had, and they were, I think it was in September, they charged the 5 officers with violating Tyre Nichols' civil rights. You guys remember that? This is the federal part of this. And this has nothing to do with the state trial, but this is still huge news because it's showing you a little bit about the strategy that these lawyers are having and what they're telling their clients and what their clients are believing. Who knew he was going to be the first one to flip? Now, I'm going to break this down, and I'm going to break down each count of what the federal indictment's about, because it's a 4-count federal indictment. I'm going to break down what he pled guilty to, and it'll give you a little bit of a semblance of what's going to go on moving forward with this Tyre Nichols case. These 5 officers and their lawyers know they can't win this case. So I don't know why they're doing a song and dance. I didn't even think they was going to give them deals. Like I said, I'm going to play this video announcing what's going on. Tomorrow he appears in court, and we'll be back on this thing rolling. Check this out.
First at 5 tonight, a former officer charged in connection with Tyre Nichols' death is expected to accept a plea deal in the federal case against him. Thanks for joining us tonight, everybody. I'm Rudy Williams.
And I'm Pepper Baker. All of the men charged with Nichols' death have previously pled not guilty. Our Zaria Oates is live downtown. And Zaria, what would this plea deal mean for all of the cases moving forward?
Pepper, Rudy, a lot is still up in the air right now. That former MPD officer Desmond Mills is expected to be the first of the officers to plead guilty in court tomorrow. Now, I did speak with his attorney Blake Ballin, about this, and he said he won't be speaking until tomorrow. But his attorney did tell me that Desmond Mills is expected to, quote, take responsibility for his actions in court tomorrow. Now, on your screen right now, this is an image of that Desmond Mills, that former MPD officer. I did speak with a separate attorney earlier today, attorney Andre Wharton, about what this means in this case moving forward, and this is what he had to say.
If multiple people enter guilty pleas, and that'll likely be a shorter trial and potentially a much stronger trial for the United States government. I would not be surprised if other defendants follow suit.
Looking at your screen now, this is an image of all 5 of those former officers. 4 of those people are expected to still fight those charges at the state and federal level. But attorney Andre Wharton told me that it is likely that some of those officers may file suit and follow in the lead of Desmond Mills and possibly plead guilty. We'll have more at 6 on ABC 24. Live downtown, I'm Zaria Oates.
All right, guys. It's huge news. Desmond Mills Jr. is the first one to take a plea deal. Now, they said other officers you could expect to follow suit. Now, I'm going to tell you something. What he's pleading guilty to has nothing to do, because it's 2 separate cases. This is a civil rights case in the feds. The other charges are state. The feds didn't pick up the state charges. I mean, they add on to it because it's just about his civil rights. But the state is still the big trial, what we all talking about. This is separate from that. So let's clarify that right now. Now let's jump into these counts. What he pled guilty to, guys, was the following. It's a 4-count indictment, right? Count 1 is this. He's pleading guilty to count 1, basically states that the officers aiding and abetting each other in violating Tyre Nichols' rights to be, free from use of unreasonable force, meaning they violated his rights where they didn't have to use unreasonable force on him. The way they beat on him, hit on him, etc. They said count one also alleges that the injuries he sustained from them not denying him the right, from unreasonable force, contributed to both his injuries and his death. That's huge. Count two says this. Officers failed to render adequate aid. Remember, he was on the side of the car. They just watched him and all of that. All of them sat there while he was bleeding and taking his last breath and all that. So the count two also alleges that this resulted in his injury and his death. That's two counts. Count one, they did him real dirty. They unconventionally arrested him while punishing him physically. Count two is they didn't render aid after they caused so much bodily damage to him, while disrespecting his civil rights. Count three, and this is where it gets crazy. Count three and count four are conspiracies. They conspired to cover up what they did. They lied to officers and they lied to EMTs. They also never said to EMTs basically what they did to him and what state or condition he's in like this, whether they found him like that or not, and that he really was in need of serious medical attention after taking blows to the head, to the body, kicks to the face. They never said anything. They just let the EMTs work on it while they sat there hushed in the darkness looking. That's count three. Count three also says that they didn't try to control each other with, stopping each other from doing something. Nobody took, the initiative that's try to stop, the overkill of what they were doing to him. And so that's count three, conspiracy. They didn't say what they did to him and they didn't render aid to him. You know what I mean? Not render aid, but like they didn't tell the EMTs what type of help he needed and how badly he was injured. Now count four, we get to count four. Count four is the same thing as count three, except they conspired to, what I'm saying, the same thing as count three is a conspiracy. They conspired to doctor the paperwork, and they also conspired to tell lies to both the police that were out there and, these lies wound up getting caught back to his family. He was drunk, he was high, had superhuman strength, so on and so forth. They couldn't arrest him. They didn't know what to do. They thought they was going to have to kill him, which they said, and he wound up dying. May he rest in peace. He pled guilty to all that, so he took a deal. Now I'm going to tell you, in the feds, they go by a point system. Obviously, these are police officers. Whatever offensive they've ever committed, they're wiped away, so it's like they got a clean slate. So they'll get the minimum penalty. Now that's one thing. If y'all thinking he's going to get 20 or 30 years, and he took a deal, so they offered him something sweet. To take this, to just say he did it, to avoid them going to court, it had to be something in there for him. I'm going to do a video, and it's just me, where I think I'm going to break down each one of these people, these officers, and how much time I honestly think they're going to get. And believe me, from somebody that was in the judicial system, like in the prison system, and been incarcerated, it might not be what you think. Now, with him, he took this deal. So now it does what? It puts pressure on the other four to take deals if they're offered, because I don't think they'll offer every one of them deals. For him to take the deal first, and it makes me go back and I think he never fought the decertification. And I said this in multiple videos. He never fought the decertification. He was like, you know what, man, I'm done with this. I can't even do it. His attorney, Blake Baldwin, said what? Hey, man, he's so upset. And he can't believe that, out of all he's tried to do as a police officer, He's being treated the way he's being treated, meaning everybody turned their back on him, including C.J. Davis. People look at him like he's the bad guy when all he was supposed to do is be doing what he was taught to do in the line of duty. So he's super pissed. And I told you, I said, he might be holding something. This was his card. He'll go first. Boom. Okay, Mr. Bond, boom. And then another thing is this. He hit Tyre Nichols with the baton. Then he walked off, remember? That's what made him look really bad. The other ones with the kicks to the face, he wasn't holding them. He just gave him the baton work 4 or 5 times, then he walked off. I wouldn't be surprised if they came to him with the deal because he damaged Tyre Nichols' face and hurt him. We're not going to deny that. But the way the camera is and all that stuff, with the Keystone Coppery and stuff like that, he came late on the scene when he was already beating up on him. So he responded, and they're going to look at it like that. Regardless of if you like it or not, that's how they're going to look at it. And I think that's why he got that deal. I think out of all of them, he might have the least time. And that's real rap. And it's messed up because I think they all need to be charged the same damn thing. But it's just me. Another thing is this. He never went to any of the hearings. He didn't want to, he said, hey, I don't want to be included with the other people and all that stuff. Because I'm going to tell you, it's just like instant replay. These lawyers sit down with their officers and they watch this video over and over and over again to mount a what? Defense. So him and Blake Bowden sat together. Blake Bowden is a good attorney from what I'm hearing out of people out of Memphis. They said this dude is the truth. I gave him respect when he was in court and was like, yo, I ain't got nothing to say. They said everything. He let the other lawyers talk and look stupid. Tadarius Bean's lawyer and Justin Smith lawyer look dumb and placate to the judge. He already knew what his plan was. That's why he didn't say nothing. He knew this was going to happen and he planned for it. They dropped the first domino. First domino fell right here. Now, if he took a deal here, the state different. I don't know what they'll offer him, if they will, because the prosecutor looks like he's going to be tough on this because this is wrong. He takes this deal. I don't know how much time he got. Tomorrow he'll go before the judge and then they'll announce the date. So hopefully I'll be able to go down into Memphis when he gets his sentencing because, in the feds, it's open to the public. Anybody can go in. It would be cool to go down here and see it and represent. You know what I'm saying? But guys, I just wanted to sit up here and tell you this right here. Huge news. First one that dropped. I thought it was going to be Tadarius Bean or weak ass Justin Smith, but it was him. And I'm not surprised with the way he acted and all this stuff. Because remember, the other ones wanted to fight the decertification. He said, you know what, the hell with it. I'm done. So when you done, ain't got nothing to lose, back already against the wall, what you going to do? Go for broke. Boom, he took the deal. It puts pressure on everybody else. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. We'll see this thing through. I'll be back in Memphis soon. You know it's all love. Justice for Tyre. I'm out.